Hey, happy Wednesday, everyone. The middle of the week. Hope everything is well. I just came back from a run, took my shower, um, getting ready to have some dinner, and I hope your day is going well as well. Hope everything is good. Have My allergies are activated a little bit, so I apologize for that. But this is in the raw, unscripted, unpracticed, unedited conversation, and we've been talking about the power of a changed life and how we can have our lives changed through God's mercy. How that mercy that God provides changes lives. And we've been talking about different ways that we can use God's mercy, different ways that our life can be changed through His mercy. And in the last video, we talked about the importance to remember that what God has saved us from, and we talked about why that's important. We have to keep that in mind. That we're continuously breaking our commitment, or we're continuously we're broken continuously, and so we sin, and so we need to remember that God's mercy is there, every day, as we said. The fourth thing we need to do is to care for others by showing mercy to others. Yeah, I think this point is very important. This is what Luke says. This is Jesus talking. Be merciful just as your Father is merciful. Do not judge, and you will not be judged. Do not condemn, and you will not be condemned. Forgive, and you will be forgiven. We've been given a free gift, and this gift of mercy that hopefully we've all accepted. And I'm not talking about just accepting it once and you become a believer, or everything goes well once you've accepted it, right? I'm talking about living a life that relies on God's mercy. So it's a constant thing. We have to live our life, and we constantly have to rely on His mercy. We talked a little bit about that in the last video. And, we need to understand that we've received this gift, right? And we're supposed to share it with other people. And I'm not going to say it doesn't cost anything, because it's really difficult to show mercy on others. If you think about it, it's very difficult. Somebody wrongs you, somebody offends you, somebody, says something that hurts your feelings. It's so difficult to show mercy. I don't know about you, but it's so difficult to show mercy. It will cost. It's going to cost. And, this is the total opposite of what we are used to, or what you may be used to doing, we always want to get revenge. We always want to get payback, we always want to get back at people, right? And, because our rights have been violated, because we've been violated, right? And we think it's the just thing to do, or the fair thing to do, right? And that's the way, it works for most people, that's normal. But God's way is totally different. Let me tell you about a story. I read it not too long ago. It was about a man, and when he was a little kid, his dad killed his mom, basically. His dad murdered his mom. It was a tragic thing, of course. Obviously marital problems and divorce are horrible, but once you take it to that next level and you take somebody's life, that's terrible. And so as a child, he went to live with his grandparents, with his mom's parents. And, a few months later, they were standing in court. The dad was being tried in court, and the grandparents, being that they were, Christian and they had strong faith, they decided that they were going to forgive this man for killing their daughter, right? And when they testified, they told the judge, we have a very strong faith. We believe in God's mercy, and we forgive this man for killing our daughter, and we're asking the court to forgive him as well and give them the minimum sentence. And that's how it went. It's an unbelievable story. I mean, you don't hear that a lot. You don't hear people saying that, when something as terrible as this happens, right? But to show mercy, that's what it takes. It hurts. I'm sure these people were hurting, but you have to think about this. You will never forgive other people more than God has forgiven you. It's just the way it is. You're never going to forgive somebody else more than what God has forgiven you. You will never have to show mercy to someone else than the mercy God has shown us. I guarantee you that. Because God showed all the mercy. I mean, think about all the things we do every day, all the things that we do throughout our life. And God continues to forgive and forgive. He shows us mercy. So when you show mercy to other people, there's a couple reasons why we would need to do that. When you show mercy to somebody else, you become more like God. Because God is a merciful God. So that's the first thing that happens. You become more like God because you are showing mercy just like God has shown mercy. But the second thing that happens is that when you show mercy to somebody else, you are the person that will benefit most from that mercy. Not them. Some people, have given testimony. Yeah, I forgave my father. He abused me when I was a kid. He verbally and physically. And I forgive him. I'm showing mercy. And the father's already passed away. He's already under, 6 feet underground. So who benefits more when you forgive somebody? You. We benefit most. So we become more like God, and we benefit. We are blessed when we show mercy. It is to our advantage to do this. It improves our life. So we need to show mercy to others if we want to have a changed life. All right, we will continue this next time. I hope you have an amazing rest of your week. We'll talk to you soon.